Okay, so today, to deepen our connection with our bodies and also with ourselves, we are going to release tension in our mouths. We use our mouths all the time talking, and we generally hold our face in this kind of closed mouth expression most of the day. That's like how we sit, certainly in a resting place, that's how we sit. So we're going to challenge that a little bit. We're going to do something different there. We don't even realize sometimes that we hold a lot of tension in our mouths. So you might, we're going to try to just sit for at least 5 minutes. I mean, really push it even longer if you're willing, with our mouth just like hanging open and full relax, like just like jaw dropped, everything, and even if you're somebody that doesn't like have problems with holding tension in your mouth, like you clench your jaw or whatever, you still might realize like, woo, this feels like way different. I must hold actual tension around my mouth. But that's not our only goal. I mean, this is like what the start of this is. It like starts in our body with us releasing tension and calling awareness to a part of our body and feeling that part of the body. But it's only a vehicle. That's the vehicle through which we're actually kind of going deeper. Because this actually was really cool. This came up recently. I visited a chimp sanctuary and they were talking about this open mouth position. And I was already thinking of doing an exercise like this. And so this just like drove it home extra far for me, to have them sit there and discuss how this hanging open mouth thing is a way of communication for the chimps. It is a way to say, I don't feel threatened. It's kind of a way to surrender or like release the tension in any given social situation. It's like a way to display trust, or like everything is fine here. There's no, threat or dominance thing. Something like I feel okay, I feel safe, I'm open, I'm vulnerable. This open mouth position communicates that for the chimps. And I feel like that's telling. I mean, we are related. And it kind of feels that way too. If you hold that mouth open for 5 minutes, you're going to feel a lot of things. Weird, definitely vulnerable, exposed. It may be weird because it's like socially strange to you, but it also may just feel like that sort of exposed or surrender. Like, do we surrender like this and just, ever? It's like a different level of vulnerability. So see if that comes up for you. It's like worth asking, worth experiencing, and worth testing out. And then, for an extra, are you gutsy enough to go and look at yourself in the mirror? Do this in front of the mirror. Can you look at yourself that way? That's a whole new level of like comfort with yourself, because it is an atypical way to hold your mouth. And there is something kind of like raw and exposed about doing it. So can you? And then on an even higher level of, sort of exposing yourself, like, can you do it in front of another person? Can you do it with another person? The way that the chimps do, where you just like hold your mouth open in a sign of, or in a display of, this is a non-threatening environment, a display of trust. How does that go? How does that feel? I just think it's a really interesting thing to play with. I was gonna, mess with the tension around our mouth anyway, but then this added layer of like, vulnerability, and it just feels weird. It feels goofy. It felt playful to me to do, and it definitely had to do with like releasing mouth tension. And it definitely feels like there's lots of goofiness and laughter, but like discomfort too, and having to rework your comfort with yourself to be able to do this in front of the mirror. Absolutely. And then that chimp thing just like really tied it all in, because it's like, yes, it is kind of this like physical way to display trust and exposure and vulnerability. And so let's access that. Let's experiment with that. And let's see how this goes, where we're using our body to deepen with ourselves. And we are also deepening our connection with our body through that too, because we are doing things with our body, feeling and noticing the ways that we typically hold our body, and the tension that we hold. And then doing the counter to that to see what it's like on the other side and to really feel that in our body as well.